Hello everyone and welcome to an exciting matchup here in the Soft Toy 40k League. That's right, today we have an exciting matchup. Simple capture the central objective point between the Chaos Space Marines of Mr. David the Frog. And as you can see here, it's a 500 point matchup. Very lovely painted models. Look at that Hellbrute. Ah, very nice indeed. And in the opposite corner, we have Kharn the Takahe and his Flesh Terrors. That's right. This is a simple 500 point capture the central objective matchup. Whoever has most models within 6 inches of the central objective at the end of turn 6 will be the winner. So, let us have a look and interview the candidates before. Mr. David Frog, what do you feel about this battle here? Ah, very interesting, very interesting. Interesting tactics. I like where you're going for there. Very good, sir. Very good indeed. Well, thank you very much for your insight, Mr. David Frog. Now, Kharn the Takahe, same question. Interesting, interesting. Straight for the throat. I like that tactic. Very good stuff indeed. Now, I must admit, I have to ask, your bases. Ah yes, lack of modeling sand can be a tough thing. Hopefully you'll get it fixed in time for next time. Alright, well, time to go over the basic rules for this engagement. Now, we will be using the 8th edition rule set, because unfortunately the contestants involved do not have the financial funds for the new updated codexes yet. Alright, so, Mr. Takahe, any other words? No, very good indeed. And David the Frog. Alright, jolly good stuff indeed. Well, as per the customs of this thing, we're going to start off with a traditional roll-off to see who will go first. Alright, now highest dice roll wins. We've got 2 dices here, red and black. And let us begin. Alright, well, with a 2 and a 1, David the Frog is first to go. Right, David the Frog starts off by moving his troops forwards. Basic standard sort of stuff. All heavy weapons are out of range, so no problem there. Mr. Takahe responds in kind, advancing his troops forward using the cover of the building to shield his assault marines. Alright, now time for the first shooting engagement as we go into the second turn. It looks like the Dreadnought is going to fire upon the Furioso. Any thoughts? Oh, double 6, 2 hits, very good indeed. That heavy 2d6 is nice. Oh, a 2 and a 1. Ah, disappointing. Well, at the end of turn 2, it seems both forces have moved quite close to each other, so this is very good indeed. Right, moving into turn 3, it's time for the bolters to start opening up. Unfortunately, David the Frog rolled all misses. However, with his plasma gun, he was a little bit more successful. First plasma gun failing miserably, but the second plasma gun was able to kill 1 marine. Now, the combat squad moved into the third building, and it's fired with its missile launcher. Thankfully, it caused devastating damage. Meanwhile, the 2 dreadnoughts faced off in close combat, with the Hellbrute being more victorious. Jolly good indeed. Alright, now at the end of the third turn and the halfway point of this matchup, we're going to just have a quick word with both candidates just to see what's going on. Mr. David the Frog. Yes, it is a fast point matchup. I must admit, you must be pretty disappointed about your shooting. Yes, well, the dice gods can be fickle, my friend. Alright, now, Mr. Takahe. Yes, you have been suffering a few casualties. What do you reckon of the situation? Alright, well, moving in. Unfortunately, the sorcerer fails in all of his librarian rolls. Disappointing indeed. Meanwhile, as we can see here, the first roll of combat. It looks like the Chaos Lord manages to charge successfully into combat with the librarian. Meanwhile, we need to have a look and decide if the Kharn Marines are able to make their attack as well. Alright, now they are within 12, so they are within charging range. Some of their models are a little bit obscured by the corner though, so you might only get the front ranks involved. Alright, moving in. Oh, 2 6s for Overwatch. Let's have a look for the second round. Only 2 hits for the Overwatch. Alright, time to roll. See if they do any more damage. Unfortunately not. The bolt pistols ricochet off. Alright, time to roll for a charge. Oh, snake eyes. The core marines fail to get into close combat. You hate to see it when it happens, friends. Meanwhile, the dreadnoughts still continue to beat the shit out of each other, with the Hellbrutes still having the superior advantage in this fight. Moving in, it looks like it is time for the Flesh Terrors to open fire with their bolt guns. Unfortunately, they fail to hit anything either. Meanwhile, in the close combat fight, 3 wounds were scored by the Chaos Lord against the Jump Pack Librarian. Very good stuff indeed. Now, piling up, they managed to roll into close combat and charge, however no casualties are caused either side. Meanwhile, as we can see here, the Dreadnoughts beat the shit out of each other, with the Furioso nearly being destroyed. Exciting stuff. And with that, that's the end of the turn. Gabriel Seth was able to annihilate the Sorcerer in close combat. However, the Chaos Space Marines have more models within the 6 inches of the objective, meaning they technically win. Although I must admit, this to David the Frog, you did suffer a little bit more casualties towards the end there. What do you have to say about your core Marines? Yes, that is rather disappointing. I must admit, I kind of agree with you on that one. Yes, I know. Interesting. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations on your victory. Oh, don't mention it. Thank you, Mr. Frog. Mr. Takahe. Now, you had a little bit of problems earlier on, but is there anything else you'd like to add to this scenario? Well, that is a little bit interesting indeed. You must be a bit disappointed about your combat squads. Yes, I can totally understand. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Takahe. Well, here we have the inaugural battle of the 40k Soft Toy League, and it is a victory for the Forces of Chaos. So, thank you very much, and we will see you on another soft toy adventure another time. This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever made.